Interest inventories. Why should you do interest inventories? Well, that's what we're going to talk about today. Hi, I'm LaWanda Shields with 2Cute Classrooms. And of course, this is not my space for homeschool moms and or homeschool dads and my fellow teachers because I'm recording in my car. But it's a topic I really wanted to talk about. And so I decided, why not? You probably were getting tired of seeing me in that other little space anyway. But so without further ado, let's jump right into this video. First things first, what are interest inventories? Interest inventories are short surveys or little questionnaires that you do with your students to find out what their interests are. You find out what topics they like to talk about, what they don't like to talk about. You can learn their learning styles. All these are part of interest inventories. You can also help your students identify the things that they like or whatever careers might be best for them. Let's talk about the ways in which we can use these little short surveys. Interest inventories can be used to find out your students' best learning style. You know, as teachers, we want to make sure we're presenting lessons in ways that are interesting to our students, and not all of our students learn the same. Some of our students are visual learners, some of them are auditory, some are kinesthetic, hands-on, or tactile. So when you do those interest inventories, it provides you with a means of discovering which type of student you're dealing with and which format in which you want to give those lessons. Another thing the interest inventories will do for you, interest inventories will tell you what your students are interested in learning. Whether they want to learn about basketball, whether they want to learn about football, whether they want to learn about animals, whether they want to learn about government, history. All of these are things that you can find out about your students by doing interest inventories. Another reason that you want to make sure that you're doing interest inventories is so that you can get your students more engaged and more involved in what you're talking about in class. When your lessons are geared towards the things that interest them or the things that motivate them, then your students are more likely to participate in class. And that's what we want to do as educators. We want to make sure that our students are participating. We want to make sure that they're excited about learning. When they're excited about learning, they do learn more. They retain that information. We want to make sure that it is relevant to them. We want to make sure that helps us to help them make real world connections. Hi guys, before we go any further into this video, be sure to give this video a like, a thumbs up, that you subscribe and follow me for more teaching tips and hacks. So let's get back into the video talking about interest inventories. What's the best time to do interest inventories? Interest inventories can be done at any time. I know as teachers, or traditionally we do interest inventories the first of school, and that's the best time to do them when you're trying to find out your students' learning styles and what they know and don't know. However, you can do interest inventories throughout the year. You can do them throughout your class. The best time, though, to do them after, of course, the first week of school is to do them at the beginning of each unit or each activity that you're getting ready to do. That way you can know what your students already know about the subject. You can find out what interests them about it. All sort of things like that. You also want to do them towards the end or right at the end of completing a unit. That way you can discover what they have learned, so you'll know how to move forward. You also will learn which activities they enjoy doing the best. Interest inventories are not just confined to pencil and paper or a computer. They can be done in the form of like brainstorming activities. They can be done orally. They can be done, like you said, you can have them write them down. They don't just have to be in the form of questionnaires. So there are various ways that you can do them. You can do them like pre-test. You can do them like post-test. All of these are ways in which you can use or construct interest inventories. So how do you find interest inventories? Simple, guys. You can either make your own using something like SurveyMonkey or Google Forms, or you can just jog on over to places like Teachers Pay Teachers and pick you up some interest inventories to use with your class. So today, not only were we spending some time in Miss Shields' car, but we were talking about the reasons we should do interest inventories. We discussed what they help us do and why we should use them with our students. And a confession before we go, I actually like doing interest inventories. I have discovered over the years that it helps me identify the things that I do or don't like. fact, I took an interest inventory that's called something, it's almost like a personality test. So it helped me identify some things about myself, some characteristics, and it taught me some things basically that I need to work on as a person so they can also help your students identify potential careers. So give them a chance, give them a try if you haven't tried them. And remember, you don't have to just do them at the first of class, but you can also do them before you begin new lessons and at the conclusion of a lesson so that you can know what your students do or do not like. Again, this is LaWanda Shields with 2 Cute Classrooms. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next video.